For 90 days, I recorded every single dollar I spent. Every coffee, every app subscription, every impulse Amazon order at midnight. What I found was disturbing. I thought I knew where my money went. I had a rough idea. Rent, food, bills, the usual stuff. Turns out I was completely wrong. I'm a marketing coordinator in Seattle. Earn $78,000 annually. After taxes, health insurance, and 401,000 contributions, I take home about 4,800 monthly. Rent for my one-bedroom apartment, 2,100. Student loans, 360. Car payment, 425. That's already 60% gone. Before this experiment, I told myself I spent maybe 500 on food, 200 on entertainment, and saved whatever was left. Felt about right. Day 1 of tracking, March 1st. I bought coffee on the way to work. $4.75. Logged it in my phone immediately. Lunch with coworkers, $12.50. Groceries after work, $43. I was already tired of tracking, and it was only day 1. By day 7, I noticed something strange. I'd spent $112 on food and drinks. My budget said $125 for the week. I was already close. Week 2, I bought a phone charger on Amazon because mine was fraying. $18. Then I saw a book recommendation and added it. 15 more, $33 in 5 minutes. I had a subscription to a meditation app I forgot I was paying for, $10 monthly. Found it while reviewing my card statement. Had been paying for 14 months without using it. By day 30, the picture was becoming uncomfortable. Food spending wasn't $500. It was $840, almost 70% higher than I believed. Entertainment and miscellaneous purchases weren't $200. They were $530. Ubers, drinks with friends, app purchases, random stuff I barely remembered buying. I also discovered I was spending $315 monthly on subscriptions. Spotify, Netflix, Adobe, iCloud, Patreon, a meal kit service I used twice, a news site, a VPN. Here's the part that actually shocked me. Over 90 days, I spent $673 on food delivery. That's over $200 monthly just on convenience. Each order felt small, $15 here, $22 there. But 90 days of data showed a pattern my brain completely missed in real time. I wasn't living recklessly. No designer clothes, no fancy gadgets, just normal life. But normal life was costing way more than I thought. The math was simple but brutal. Monthly take-home, $4,800. Actual average spending, $4,620. I was saving $180 monthly. I genuinely believed I was saving around $800. My mental model of my finances was off by over $600. That's $7,200 annually I thought I had but didn't. Why does this happen? It's called the aggregation blind spot. Your brain is terrible at adding up small, frequent purchases into an accurate total. Every transaction is evaluated individually. $4 for coffee passes the test. $18 for a charger passes. $20 for dinner passes. Your brain never sums the week. There's also something called decision fatigue. By your 10th small purchase of the week, your brain stops carefully evaluating. It just approves. You're tired of thinking about it. Companies know this. That's why everything is broken into small amounts. $5 monthly sounds harmless. $60 annually sounds expensive. Same money, different psychological impact. After 60 days of tracking, something unexpected happened. I started spending less without even trying. Just knowing I'd have to log it created a tiny moment of hesitation. That hesitation was enough. I'd see something on Amazon, remember I'd have to record it, and suddenly question if I actually needed it. Half the time, I didn't buy it. By day 90, my average monthly spending dropped to $4,200. I was now saving $600 monthly instead of $180. Same income, just awareness. Here's what financially stable people understand that I didn't. You can't manage what you don't measure. Guessing always favors optimism. Data shows reality. They don't track forever, but they track long enough to see their true baseline. Then they make decisions based on actual behavior, not imagined behavior. I met someone who tracked for a full year. Found out he spent $4,000 annually on his commute. Gas, tolls, parking, car maintenance. He moved closer to work the next year. Another person discovered she spent $2,800 yearly on clothes she barely wore. She wasn't a shopaholic, just bought a few things monthly that added up invisibly. These aren't extreme cases. These are normal people who thought they understood their spending until they actually looked at the data. The difference between financial stability and constant stress often isn't income. It's the gap between what you think you spend and what you actually spend. I'm still tracking, not obsessively, but every purchase goes in my app, takes 5 seconds, and it's completely changed how I see money leaving my account. I'm not saying you need to track every dollar for the rest of your life, but 90 days will show you things you can't unsee, patterns you didn't know existed. Most people are walking around with a financial story in their head that's 30 to 40% inaccurate. They wonder why they can't save. The math was never wrong. The story was. If you think you know where your money goes, you probably don't, not precisely. And that impression costs you thousands yearly without you realizing it. Tracking isn't about guilt or restriction. It's about clarity. You can't make good decisions with bad information. Right now, you're operating on bad information. 90 days, every purchase. No judgment, just data. You'll either confirm you were right, or you'll discover why you've been stuck. Either way, you'll know. If this made you curious about your own spending patterns, consider subscribing. I share what I learned from tracking and testing these ideas every week.